Well, hello everyone, and welcome to what may very well be the finale of Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Previously, Layton and friends unearth a bit of Henry's past while searching the Reunion Inn. They carefully work their way through a series of cryptic puzzles left behind by the masked gentleman. And those puzzles have led us here. A garden of green. There must be some clue to find here. I left off having spoken to these two unfine gentlemen. And now I need to look for some little secret, maybe behind the painting. Professor, there is a book hidden behind the picture frame. I see. So the place surrounded by green and pleasing to the eye is a green picture frame in this guest room. Why didn't he just come out and say that? Let's see if this is another children's story. One day, a young boy found a wild dog in the woods near his village. The dog was hurt, so the boy took him in. As the dog healed, he grew to trust the boy. The two grew up together and became very close with one another. One day, the boy packed up his belongings so that he could fulfill his dream of becoming a scholar. The dog was sad to see the boy go. The boy grew into a fine young man and became a famous scholar. When he returned, he was eager to show his family and his dog what he had made of himself, but when he arrived, he saw that his house was empty. The boy, now all grown up, saw an old man pass by and asked him what had happened. The old man said that the family who lived in that house had been chased out years ago by a wild dog, and that's when the boy realized he had been betrayed by the one he trusted the most. He now had no home and no family to return to. With grief weighing heavy upon his heart, he disappeared into the woods, never to be seen again. The end. This is probably supposed to be a metaphor for Randall coming back to Stansbury and probably discovering that that Henry and Angela got married. And after all, yeah, wasn't it said that Randall's mother moved in with Henry and Angela here in Monte d'Or? So the family did leave. Well, that was a sad story. Yes, clearly another allegory, but I'm not sure what it means. So that last part must be designed to lead us to another room, right? Yes, it seems that there is a wilderness theme here, with a dog and the repeated images of the woods. Morty, are there any rooms here with a lot of plants or foliage in them? Actually, yes. Please follow me. Good call, Professor. The conservatory, that would do it. But we're not quite done here. There's probably more coins to find. Yeah, I didn't look around this place too thoroughly in the last video. Wait, what? Oh, mouse was too low. That's two. Maybe I already found a third earlier? Oh. I think we read that before. And Fuzzy is not alerting me to anything of a note, so we're probably good to go. Unless these two have anything to add. Haha, you're such a meatball, Connor. You say you're the smart one, but you can't even come up with a smart puzzle. I don't need this, Frankie. Not now. You may search our room now. You won't find much, though, I don't think. Well, We found a book and 2 coins at least, so that's good enough. Onward. There appears to be a book in that tree. What? There certainly are a lot of plants in here. That one has flowers blooming and that one is bearing fruit. This conservatory is the pride of our hotel. Careful monitoring and maintenance of the soil and air allows us to grow plants from all 4 seasons in one room here. What amazing technology. I see there are animals here as well. What? How did that bird get in here? Professor, that bird is sitting on a book. The bird appears to be guarding it. We'll need to approach it very carefully. Let me talk to him. There's a... Oh, it's a red parrot. Huh. Well, we'll look at that last. Ooh, a teardrop bud. This droopy flower resembles a teardrop on the verge of falling. Kinda? Well, look at that. We're just missing one little thing in the bottom right. That bodes very well for us. Oh, that's satisfying. Would it be a bit much to ask for getting it right now? Nah, there are like 2 more unexplored rooms in this hotel. I'm sure we'll find it soon. Oh yeah, and I noticed when I was saving the game after finishing up recording last time, our hint coin counter, it's become Layton and a nice kingly crown around his top hat. That's cute. Oh, actually, Fuzzy has pointed out another coin. Honestly, I don't need it. I really don't need to search for it. I really don't, actually. I got the best symbol on the menu there, and I have more coins than I could ever possibly spend with the remaining puzzles in the game. So, yeah, I guess I'll gladly leave it behind. This will be my first attempt at talking to a bird, but here goes. Caw, Scrock, caw, caw. Anything, Luke? He said he's not moving until he gets his favorite fruit, whatever that is. There are plenty of different kinds of fruit in here. Does that mean none of these are his favorite? He didn't get that specific. Morty, do you have any fruitful insight? Tish. Mr. Lador said one tree here is quite sensitive, but will bear a very rare and delicious fruit, under the right conditions. Perhaps that's what the bird seeks. So we have to wait around here until the conditions are just right for this tree to bear fruit? Really? Well, although the tree withers easily in the raw environment, it will produce fruit instantly in perfect conditions. I would guess that the blackout altered the environment here. If we restore power, could we make this tree happy, so to speak? Oh, of course. There is a backup generator we use for this type of occasion. How could you forget something like that? How do we turn it on? It's, yes, there's a switch somewhere in this room. Morty, did you forget where it is? Don't be ridiculous. I'm just remembering gradually. My apologies. It's okay, Morty. We can help you look for it. Yeah. Well, in this tunnel? Oh, that's a coin. Alright, if I were a switch, where would I be? The stinky flower. Found it! It's in this weird-looking flower. Oh, I'm so glad you found it, silly me. I think sticking your hand in that flower is going to require some bravery. Well, let's get brave and flip the switch. Huh? Look, that canal just filled up with water. There's a new piece of fruit up there. Well, that bird doesn't seem to be moving. You know, the rind on that fruit looks pretty tough. Maybe if we can crack it open, the bird might be a little more interested in it. Maybe it will crack if we knock it down from the tree. Anyone got a good throwing arm? We did it, Professor! Now's our chance to grab the book! Alright. What a strange sequence. Make no mistake, this was left for us by the masked gentleman. What's written in this one? Let's find out. Once there was a very poor man who lived in a lively town. The man had nothing, but he got by with the help of the townspeople. One day, the richest man in town took pity on him and bought the poor man a shop so that he could earn a living. The poor man ran a good business and his shop thrived. His shop became known far and wide, and it grew into the most successful shop in town. Even the shops of the rich man who helped him could not compare. No longer poor, the man decided to buy all the food in town so that he could make a great profit. The trusting people sold him everything. The man then raised the prices until no one could afford to buy any food. The man then sold the food to people in other towns. The man had become so blinded by money that he forgot the debt he owed to those in his hometown. The town he had called home, once prosperous, began to decline. The man's fortunes grew as the townspeople starved. He built a palace in town. It was the largest palace ever built, and his wealth continued to grow each day. The townspeople had no choice but to leave their homes, and in time the man was left alone in his empty kingdom. There his vast loneliness, as open as the sea, swallowed him whole. Why didn't the townspeople just drag him into the street and beat him to death? Are they stupid? Well, that story was horrible. These are children's stories. What is the masked gentleman trying to tell us here? A town suffering in the face of prosperity. A man growing ever richer and forgetting the great debt he owes. And emptiness. What do you think, Professor? A vast, wide-open emptiness, that's it. I believe that is the key here. Morty, what's the largest open space inside the hotel? The grand hall on the upper level, of course. Can you take us there, quickly? On we go.
It's here. I know it is.
I'm sorry.
Enter.
Who is that?
You still haven't found it, you incompetent fool. The mask is inside the hotel.
Sir, please accept my apologies.
Oh well, as long as you're sorry, I suppose everything is fine. Get the mask.
We will find it, sir.
The Garden of Healing.
What?
The City of Harmony.
Ooh!
We have 2 of the 3. Which is just another way of saying we have nothing, isn't it?
I'm sorry, what just happened? I feel like an entirely unrelated plot just dropped in to say hello? Who was that? Okay, well, I really liked Detective Bloom. I thought he had a good head on his shoulders, but it seems he's working for someone evil. I mean, I don't think anyone I don't think anyone who sits in the dark petting an exotic furred animal and speaking in a low gravelly voice and issuing but dark orders is a good person. I've never seen that person before. Who is that? What? But more to the point, the garden and the Lost City, the two flashes of art, one of those was the ending of The Last Spectre, and the second was from the goddamn movie. Who was that? What's going on? So here we have this intimate personal story with Randall and Layton, and now at the 11th hour they're bringing in this entirely brand new character and trying to say, oh yes, he was behind everything, he's connected to these events before. Is this new person with the facial hair related in some way to Descalais? What's going on? Because it was Descalais after those two locations. Why does he need all three? Why is the garden under Miss Hallory and on the sunken ruins in the ocean related? How are those related? What? There's a third? There's a third somewhere? Is it Akbadane? I'm kind of freaking out here. Anyway. Our grand hall goes all the way to the top of the Reunion Inn. I wonder what it looks like when you look down from up there. I think we should investigate the area. Something here does look a bit suspicious. A new episode? Bloom's Deception? Bloom, you fuck! The highly reputed inspector from Scotland Yard appears, at first glance, to be working on the case, but his true loyalties lie elsewhere. Chief Sheffield, I think we've solved the mystery behind the petrification case.
What? Well then, out with it.
The perpetrator must have used a horse cart to drop the stone statues in the middle of the crowd.
What? But the eyewitness reports mention nothing about a cart.
Because the masked gentleman hid the cart inside the giant clown balloon. If you'd allow me to investigate the scene of the crime, I believe we'll find tracks that correspond to such a cart.
Very well. Be sure you report whatever you find right back to me, Bloom.
Yes, of course. Sheffield is lacking in mental capacity, but he's a brilliant motivator. This may prove problematic. But of more concern to me is the man hired by Mrs. Lador. We won't be able to manipulate him as easily as Sheffield and Grosky. I'll need to be a bit more subtle. I should probably bring this to Bronev's attention as well. Bronev. Is that our villain?
Hi!
Yeah, I guess that's him. I mean, I like his design. The red undershirt is very eye-catching, but between his very long hair, his shades, and his facial hair, it feels like this man is just wearing a mask. What is going on here? He is wearing a mask just as much as Descalais does.
Bloom, I hope you have good news.
I have news. However, I fear its value will not be deemed as good.
Bloom, you have the most odd way of putting things.
Please, what is it? Hershel Layton is now involved in the investigation. He was brought to town by a request from Angela Lador.
Really? So Layton has finally turned up.
How should we deal with him, sir?
Let him be.
Neither he nor Descalay poses a threat to us for the moment. They might even prove to be useful to us. Alright, I... So, not related in any way to Descalay. If anything, Descalay is just as much a problem to them as Layton is. Wow. Oh man. It's happening. The stupid Layton endings are happening. It's like we spend... Like, my save file shows, like, nearly 30 hours about, and I've spent 30 hours with the focus, the lens of focus on this story, attuned to a specific scope. And now here, all of a sudden, the scope is widening. Just wide out. The story is so much larger. It's... the rug pull, man. They will fall into our hands eventually. Just focus on your mission, Bloom. Understood, sir. I will not fail you. Vranev. Alright. So, like... Is the masked gentleman part of their plan? I can't tell. Probably not. What the hell? Oh yeah, hint coins. Need those, I guess. No, I don't. Oh! Professor, there is a book hidden inside that cushion. This one has a more elaborate cover than the others. What kind of story will this one hold? Let's see. Huh? It won't open. It seems we were quick to judge this book's cover as, well, a cover. Let's take a closer look at this. Jewels to the Lock. This book is locked up tight by some mysterious contrivance. The trick to open it lies in the 10 arrow-shaped jewels adorning the cover. These jewels are arranged in a particular pattern, and rotating just one arrow will release the lock. Which jewel should you rotate in order to open the book? Oh. Well, at a glance, this one definitely sticks out, but let's put in the work here. So, bluntly obvious strategy. Let's just see where each arrow points. Okay, that points to this one. How about, we keep going here. Oh. Yeah, oh, this seems really obvious. Turn that one. Can I rotate it? I don't think so. I just select it.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here.
Okay. That was really easy. That was really easy. Correct. You need to rotate the top left arrow so that it's pointing to the right. Each jewel is placed so that the arrow is pointing to one other jewel. If you trace a route from one arrow, you'll eventually end up back where you started. Very good. Now we can read it. What does it say? Yay, story time. There was once a kind-hearted princess in a kingdom in the valley. This princess was so beautiful that suitors camped outside the castle for months to gain an audience with her. And then one day, the princess saw a young knight pass by her window. The princess fell in love with him at first sight, and they were married. The knight was named king and the princess named queen. One day, the king and his minister set out for the mountains to slay a dragon that threatened the kingdom. The princess waited for her king to return. She waited and waited, but only the minister returned with news that her king had died. The minister did everything he could to comfort the princess in her grief. He comforted her night and day. After many moons of grief, the minister's kindness and patience finally reached the princess's heart. The princess's feelings for the minister blossomed into love, and she married him in a lavish royal wedding. It seemed that here the audience sat, rapt with attention, eager to bear witness to the final miracle of love. No one knew that the minister actually tricked the king into searching for the dragon and then trapped him in the cave. The minister now had the princess, the crown, and the country. But then, the king returned. This is getting real blunt. The masked gentleman must feel betrayed by someone he trusted, perhaps one who stole his love, while he was trapped inside a cave. I can understand why someone would be upset about that kind of thing, but what does this have to do with Monte d'Or? The audience sat, rapt with attention, bear witness to the final miracle. Morty, does there happen to be a stage or a presentation area somewhere in the hotel? A theater or a conference room, perhaps? Something to that effect. Well, we don't have a proper theater, but we do have a small auditorium that we use as a screening room on occasion. That must be the place. Let's go. The final place, huh? Am I missing anything else? A final item, perhaps? There's a coin. Oh. Another coin. Oh, I don't know where we could find the final item, but it must be close. Maybe in the auditorium. Maybe if I open the menu and then back out, Fuzzy will say something? Alright, I trust you, buddy. The auditorium is rarely used these days. Do you think the masked gentleman is in here somewhere, Professor? I have no doubt he intended to lead us here. Might be a bit obvious to inspect the screen. Oh yes! The last jigsaw piece! Oh, how appropriate. Look at that. Complete collection! A lone jigsaw piece. You never realize a piece is missing until the end. It depicts what looks like a man and woman. That's on point. Alright, Fuzzy, I don't need you anymore. Wait, what? There? There's a puzzle hidden here. Optional? Wow. Alright. Stealth Night. 5 police officers have been tasked with the security of a 64-seat theater. Each officer can see all the seats directly in front of him, behind him, to his left and right, and at 45-degree diagonals. The seating arrangement shown above would let the 5 officers cover the whole theater. However, all but the 4th row of seats have already been booked, with one officer already sitting in seat 4A. Where should the others sit to cover the whole theater? What? Oh. Oh, I see. So the smaller screen is showing an example of total coverage of the entire movie theater. Now I need to figure out how they can get total coverage just sitting in row 4. Yeah, row 4. Oh. Well, can I use the memo? Yeah, okay, so at a bare minimum, C4A is taken, so that's accounted for, so I can draw lines. It's, this guy is covering above him, behind him, and diagonals. And they mentioned to the side, yes? To his left and right, and at 45-degree diagonals. I see. In that case, goes here. Now... Yeah, I don't really need to draw a line going through row 4, because that's going to be covered just by this guy alone. But we're putting all of them here, so absolutely. In that case... I probably should find how to cover all of these diagonals that are in this blind spot. So that would go to here, and this would go to there, and this in turn would go to this spot. Alright. So those are covered, blunt force style. Let's make sure every other angle is covered. So if I just follow suit and draw like so, above, forward, and back. Yeah, goes this way too. Wait, did I draw this way? No, I did not. Damn, this is already looking mostly covered already. This direction too. Alright, and this guy goes that way. That goes up. This is diagonal 2. Wow, we're nearly done. We nearly have everything. And behind. The side. Yeah, all of these are covered. So if I put one last one here. How many do I have to... 4. I have 4 to work with. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if I put one here. If I put one here, that'll be covered. This, that, and this straggler down here. They're all covered. Total coverage, including these two, but that's obvious. Okay, so this one, skip 2, then in a line. Skip 2 in a line. Yeah? Seems right to me.
Don't keep me in suspense.
Yes! I did it.
There is no puzzle without a solution.
Correct. This arrangement will cover the whole theater. Now the show can go on in safety. That was rather difficult. Was it, though? The stage isn't much, but the seats are nice. Forget the movies, it's more exciting traveling with you, Professor. Even if you travel together in a movie? Front row, center, nice. I think the screen is what we need. Is there anything behind the movie screen? Does it retract? Professor, look! Seems like we're just in time for the show. This'll be good. But then... the king awoke, trapped under a pile of rubble. The minister to whom he had entrusted his life was gone. The king used every last ounce of his strength to clear away the rocks and made his way back to the surface. And when he finally escaped, he saw the minister living happily with the princess as husband and wife. That's it? That's the end of the story? Not the happiest ending I've ever seen. What do you think, Luke? I mean, have you... Luke? Professor, where's Luke? Uh-oh. Welcome, ladies and germs, parasites of all ages, to my little theater of revenge. That looks so silly. Might I interest you in a young British lad? I have one left, so you'll have to act fast. Unhand him at once, you fiend. Professor, help! Fiend? For shame, Professor. I try my best to create entertainment for your amusement, and this is my reward. Boo on you. Layton, I know that your road has been paved with regrets that tear at one's heart. I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Who are you? For tonight's dark miracle, my revenge will rise to its dramatic climax as Monte d'Or sinks into the earth below. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And it's your destiny to suffer the same fate, Layton. This is the price you shall pay for abandoning those closest to you. Actually, you have earned yourself one special experience of suffering tonight. Okay, so Randall did go insane. Leave Luke out of this. He's just a boy. Let me go. Just a boy indeed. Toodles, my good man. Professor, we have to go after them. Let's go. Hooray! Child endangerment.
Hang on!
9, 10, 11, 12. Just how deep do you want to delve? I hope you've enjoyed this look into my world, Layton. I've left you one final puzzle, so that you may save your little friend. It looks as if he's in quite a predicament. And so high up. Oh my. Is it true, Layton? I've heard you have a history of letting your friends down.
Let's friggin' go. Rescue Luke. The masked gentleman has fled, leaving Luke hanging in midair. Help Layton slide his way down the ropes drawn across the hall and save him. There are only a few places where he can jump from rope to rope. Use the panel on the right of the touchscreen to view the whole hall and hurry to Luke's rescue. Move the magnifying glass icon up and down on the touchscreen to look at the whole hall from top to bottom. Touch Rescue Luke to start Layton's descent. When passing any point from A to P, touch Drop Down to make Layton drop from the rope he's on to the one below. I see. Let's plot our... Well, actually, I think I should work backwards. Hang in there, Luke. So... I don't think I would drop if I pass over P, so you fall to rope P. Wow, that's a long drop from there. I'm assuming I'd travel straight down, like straight down, so we want L last, followed by, K? I would assume J would drop me onto this one, which goes right by Luke, so LK H. Definitely H. D? No. What? Oh, I could drop to that. E. I would assume I'd want B, E... I'm not sure how this would work. B, E... K, L? B, E, K, L? B, E... No. Yeah, no, B, E, K, L? B, E, K, L. Let's try that, I guess. I hope this works out how it works in my head. Yes! What? No! That's completely wrong! God damn it! Why didn't that work? Well, no lost but carrots. I suppose that's good. No bad game over. Why didn't that work? I guess I want J then. B-E-J-L? Alright, let's try that. There we go.
How about this?
I did it.
Puzzles are made to be solved.
Correct. Thank goodness Luke is safe.
Bravo, Layton. You risked your life and saved your friend.
Yes, well, as a friend once told me, no risk, no glory.
Well, I suppose I won't be needing this anymore.
Oh, how convenient.
It pains me to see you like this, Randall.
Randall?
But how? Well, isn't this quite the reunion? Now, my revenge is at hand.
What a glorious mane of hair. My goodness. Layton lost his magnificent hair, but Randall gained it, apparently.
Master Randall? Is that really you? It is. Unfortunately for you. I have returned to take back everything you stole from me. The Azran treasure, my family fortune, and my Angela. Henry, you will know the pain I have felt all these years.
And let's not forget, this Angela here should be a fake. I think Angela was already kidnapped earlier.
Randall, no! It's not like that!
Master Randall, please! You've got it all wrong. Let me explain. Oh, I would love to, but unfortunately, I'm not interested in your explanations.
You could at least tell us where you've been all these years.
Well, all right. Why not? What good is an untold tale? I first explored the ruins of Akbadine nearly 18 years ago. I was only a few steps from unlocking its secrets before I fell victim to one of its many cunning traps. I fell into a deep ravine where I could have died, but as fate would have it, an underground river broke my fall.
That's exactly what I guessed. He got swept out way beyond the ruins, right?
The current washed me onto the banks of a remote village. The villagers nursed me back to health.
Well, that's convenient as hell.
I made a full recovery, but I could not tell the villagers anything about myself. My mind was a blank.
You had amnesia?
I worked in the village while I tried to recover my memory.
The friend that the snowman was looking for was goddamn Randall. Alright, that's pretty damn good.
Months went by. Years went by. And eventually I gave up on trying to unearth my old life. Then one day, I received a letter.
Ooh.
I know all about your past, Intrepid. I know who took everything from you. And I know how to get it all back. The letter recounted my life in great detail. And it said that the one who had betrayed me was a man named Henry.
And you just believed it. I mean, I guess why wouldn't he?
When I read that name, it was as though someone had turned a key in my mind. Everything came flooding back.
Really?
I remembered all that I had, and all that had been taken from me. But the letter didn't end there. I have a plan to take revenge on those who have wronged you. You need only to don the garb of the masked gentleman, and they shall cower before you. So it was decided. I would have my revenge by taking back what was mine. And the letters continued, each one advising me on how to execute my plan as the masked gentleman.
Aw, I hope it was left up to his own whims.
As each phase of my plan fell into place,
Your plan?
I felt myself returning with it. The masked gentleman brought me back.
The letters! Professor, do you think...
I fear the worst, Luke.
This closes my tale of woe. However, we still have a few tears to shed. Henry, you shall bear witness as I ruin you, just as you ruined me. Master Randall, wait!
Oh, mystery solved. Many mysteries solved. The Mask of Chaos. Randall used the myth behind the Mask of Chaos to convince everyone of its power. This was a key element in his plan to take revenge on Henry by destroying Monte d'Or. The Mask of Chaos proved to be a valuable part of Randall's deception. And the Masked Gentleman. The Masked Gentleman was revealed to be long-missing Randall. Believing that Henry betrayed him, he set out to ruin Monte d'Or with his malevolent dark miracles. Randall assumed the role of a masked villain and engineered this entire masquerade just to get back at Henry. No, he didn't. It's someone else's plan. Someone wrote letters to him telling him to hate someone, and he did it. Save your progress? Nah. Ooh! Oh! Right, maybe I'm not close to the end. Uh-oh. We need to follow Randall, quickly. Master Randall, how could he do this? This last miracle, what is he planning? Mr. Lador, I will accompany you. Thank you, Morty. We must make Randall see the truth before he does anything else. Come with me. Wow. Huh. Well, I'm still a believer that we're pretty much on a straight shot right to the end, but... Look, I'm about 50 minutes into this video. I'm thinking it'll be nice and clean if I cut it off here and make the next video the finale. Okay, so a younger, sprier me may have just stuck it on and made this a real long video, but I'm taking this out. I don't know. It's late in the evening. I have enough time to edit this video and get it uploaded for tomorrow. Just enough space and time to be cozy. So I think I will do that. So, I feel like... I feel just a tiny bit let down by this factor of Randall not really deciding all of this on his own. I mean, I guess you could see that as part of the tragedy. Randall, when he had his life, when he had everything, he seized life and his destiny with his own hands. He launched himself forward to claim his own path. And you could view it as a tragic fall from grace that now Randall is on a course laid out entirely by someone else, but all the same, I feel like it undercuts the potential. You know, like... I'm not sure what the better alternative to all this will be. It's just... It feels just a little... I don't know, there's just something missing here. I feel like the situation could have been way better than it is. It's pretty good, it's alright. I mean, I'm not really hating it. I mean, I'm bowled over by this introduction of what's his face? Broski? Yeah, Broski. No, Bronev. No, I'm calling him Broski from now on. Broski and Bloom. Broski and Bloom. That whole thing is like, what? Out of nowhere? And the name drop of Descalay. Is Descalay here? Is he going to show up? Does he have a part to play? Is he in the shadows? Is he going to spring a trap? What's going on? Who the hell is Bronev? What's going on with this meta overarching plot that they're suddenly trying to bridge the Last Spectre and the Eternal Diva into this? So much is happening. I will absolutely not render a final verdict on this until the credits roll and I see how this actually ends up shaking out, but for now, I just feel disarmed. I feel off balance, like I could fall over. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if I would feel way more sore about this than I do if I wasn't so inoculated to end of Layton game bullshit. I don't know. I just do not know. Anyway, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more of Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time for what is surely the finale. Until then, please take care.